Okay, welcome. I think this is take 3 now. For the life of me, for some reason, I just could not get my webcam and my microphone and everything else to cooperate with me to properly record the audio. I think I got it now, and I think we're good. And we're going to do an unboxing of the Video Games Monthly subscription that I received in the mail today. Now, I've done this a couple of times already, so I have sort of spoiled the surprise for you guys. And so I apologize, this isn't the first time I've seen these games. I wanted to show off what I got in the Video Games Monthly subscription package that I received from VGM. Now, VideoGamesMonthly.com, as you can see right here, is a subscription service where they will personally tailor games that they will ship out to you. And this month's was actually early for some reason. I don't know why, but awesome. And we can take a look at my account here with Video Games Monthly, and you can see I've got all of the systems that I want games for clicked off. I could probably add my DS collection, but God, that's a pain in the ass. And Nintendo 3DS and Wii, and I don't want any more games for those right now. It's just more than I am prepared to handle. But this bespoke collection is pretty awesome. It lets you edit your game library, so when you get stuff in the mail from Video Games Monthly, you add it to the list. If you buy something from like a garage sale or eBay or whatever, you add it to the list and then save it. And I had noticed, in fact, when I was doing the last video that I screwed up, that I had missed one. And so I added it to my list, and now Video Games Monthly won't send me that. They do occasionally flub and send you one that you already have, but in my instance, in my case, personally, that's cool because I'll just flip it on eBay. Because, doubles are a thing, and it happens. And sometimes when you buy lots on eBay, one of the titles you might already have, and then you just turn right around and flip it. So there you can see how Video Games Monthly works. It's videogamesmonthly.com, super easy to sign up. So let's get to the unboxing. The first one is one that I mentioned I had already received. It's a duplicate of a title I already had, but it's okay because this one actually has some value to it, and not only that, but I don't mind too terribly much playing it, and that is WCW NWO Revenge for the Nintendo 64. I personally love this game. I, growing up, was a huge WWE fan versus WCW, and so WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy were my games. So getting a title like Revenge and picking it up and playing it is pretty awesome. Now that I've sort of immersed myself deeper into the wrestling culture, and I don't necessarily fancy myself a historian of pro wrestling, but I've started to learn and appreciate the history of pro wrestling more. Having a game like this to go along with that is pretty awesome. Next up is a title from Jaleco called Astyanax. I like the Japanese version title better. It's called Lord of the King in Japan. This was an arcade port, and it was actually pretty popular. It was the top 20. It was in the top 20 in 1990 for best or most popular arcade machines, I should say. It was ported over to the NES, according to the fine people at Wikipedia, in North America, March of 1990. That's about all I know about this game. And Jaleco, I know they make Bases Loaded and Bases Loaded 2 and Bases Loaded 3, but outside of that, I don't know. There it is, right there. Pretty awesome stuff. Next up, we have a title that I never actually played, and I've heard that the N64 version is pretty good, but I've never played that either, and that is Road Rash 3D for the PlayStation 1. Can't wait to dive into this. I have the original Road Rash, I think. I might have Road Rash 2, I don't remember. But I have one of the original 16-bit versions of the game. Really enjoy it. Next up, an Xbox 360 title, Titanfall. EA and Respawn Entertainment put this one together. I've never played it. It'll be an interesting one for me to dive into. And then, probably my favorite title that I received this month, and that is for the Sega Genesis. It is Ms. Pac-Man. Now, this one is not complete, as you can see. There's no instruction manual, but the box helps retain value. It also keeps the cartridge safe, obviously, but helps it retain value. And that's something else that I wanted to show you guys too, because a lot of titles, a lot of people, when they collect or they just have retro games sitting around, they don't have boxes or they throw the boxes away. Don't do that. Please do not do that. As a collector, the boxes help us retain value, surprisingly. So do instruction manuals. Don't throw those out either. I'll give you a really good example of one here momentarily when we look at my game collection on pricecharting.com, and just how much of a difference some of these titles can make. And so let's check out pricecharting.com here. And pricecharting.com is what a lot of collectors use for to determine the value of their games. And they do a really good job of charting everything, literally everything. I mean, every single system you can think of for NTSC, for PAL, for Japan, any region, any system, anytime, anywhere. I mean, literally. There's stuff I've never actually seen in the wild listed on here. This is super deep, it's super immersive, and it helps a lot of collectors, A, track their collection, and B, it helps them learn about prices and how much they need to sell stuff for if they want to sell it. And to illustrate my point about the boxes, you can see here 10-Yard Fight by itself, $5. You have the box and the instruction manual, $40. That's pretty awesome, if you ask me. And well, I'll show you my collection here. It does a really good job of tracking your collection for you. I put everything in based on, you know, me looking on the shelf, and so everything is kind of skewed, but it'll let you sort price high to low. And again, NCAA Football 14, the last NCAA football game they ever made, up until this recording, I should say, for the Xbox 360, $144.06 complete in the box with the game, the manual, and the box itself. Factory sealed, it's ridiculously priced, but right there you can see $144 for the game, the instructions, and the case, and it's not that hard to hang on to them. The older stuff, the NES stuff, yeah, it's going to be tougher to hang on to them. I was lucky enough to come across this one here, World Champ, for the NES, complete in the box. I have the box, I have the instructions, and I have the game itself. $96 for an NES game that, quite honestly, I had never heard of. And if I have, I don't remember it from when I was a kid. And it certainly wasn't a game that I was going to play because Mike Tyson's Punch-Out existed. And but I came across this on eBay for $20 and took advantage of it. And why not? Because now I can flip it and make a little bit of money off of it. Lots of tools on pricecharting.com too. You can track your collection, as you can see with mine. Lot value calculators. You can game snipe on eBay. Stuff that's coming up for sale. You know, how much it costs, how much it's worth, how much you might actually make off of it if you were to buy it and then flip it. You know, so interesting stuff, and it just hunts and hunts and hunts and hunts and hunts. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully we can do another unboxing video next month, and I'll be able to do it right the first time so you can actually see for the first time what games I get, just like I do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.